The Nightbeat starts right now.
A man naked in the street pointing a rifle at officers before shots ring out. That's what you're about to see and hear. Police body cam and dash cam footage released today from the May 6th encounter when an SAPD officer shot that man.
It was in a northeast side neighborhood on Knoll Hollow near Bulverde Road and Loop 1604. The man survived and is now facing charges. SAPD sent this footage just this afternoon.
Police, fire, or EMS.
It was just before 7:30 when a woman called police saying her mother's neighbor was aiming a rifle at them.
He was just like waving it around and then he pointed it at us.
In the body cam video, you can hear screaming and cursing in the backyard as officers approach the house. Police have identified that man as 22-year-old Brian Spangrud.
Yeah, sorry about that.
The footage shows police walking back to their vehicle. SAPD saying they then called their mental health unit. While they waited for the mental health unit, the neighbors called again, saying Spangrud was now naked outside with the rifle. The time code on the video shows a little over 30 minutes had gone by.
That's T40, he has his rifle out right now.
Put the rifle down. Come over here. Walk over here, please, to the sound of my voice. It's all right. We're here to help you out.
Dash cam footage from a closer police unit shows Spangrud leaning his gun on the hood of the patrol vehicle, allegedly pointing at officers. Then you hear several shots ring out. SAPD says it was a supervisor on scene who fired his weapon.
Get away from the car!
He eventually struck Spangrud once in the left arm. The video shows officers rendering aid as others recovered the gun and bullets. EMS took Spangrud to the hospital.
We will continue following that story.
We will continue following that story.
San Antonio Police Chief William McManus says 2 officers were forced to respond with gunfire after a man allegedly raised a gun toward them. It happened last night, just after 11 o'clock in the 1000 block of Nagalito Street on the west side. Police receiving a call about a suspicious person there. McManus says the officers found a 42-year-old man with a handgun. He had reportedly been walking up and down the block firing the weapon. The chief says when the officers approached him, the man then raised that gun toward them and the officers fired, striking the man at least 4 times. We're told he was taken to a hospital where he later died. The investigation into that shooting continues.
SAPD also investigating this deadly shooting on the south side. Detectives were called out to the 2900 block of Cantrell Drive near Commercial Avenue a little before 10 last night. Police say the 54-year-old victim was found shot multiple times, his body laying next to the driver's side of his vehicle. Investigators tell us life-saving measures were taken, but the man died at the scene. Officers did question a few people in the area, but so far no arrests have been made.
To new developments now in an active Amber Alert case. A 29-year-old man wanted in connection to the disappearance of 2 little girls has now been arrested, but SAPD still looking for those children. Julio Najar Trevino arrested Saturday and charged with interference with child custody. According to an arrest affidavit, police say he was informed by Child Protective Services that a court order had been issued and the agency was removing the children from the home. They say he then left with the kids, prompting the Amber Alert. Despite being in custody, court documents reveal he is refusing to tell law enforcement where the children and their mother are. Today, DPS issued an update on the active Amber Alert, saying 26-year-old Khadijah Falks is wanted in connection with their abduction. Meanwhile, Najar Trevino's bond has been set at $10,000. Anyone with information about the abduction or the whereabouts of those kids asked to call SAPD. Their number 210-207-7660.
New details tonight on a 75-year-old woman who was hit and killed by a vehicle while crossing a south side street. She's now been identified as Maria de Moreda, and the medical examiner says she died of blunt force injuries. San Antonio police say it happened around 9:15 Thursday night in the 1600 block of Pleasanton Road near Bircham Avenue and Cliff Avenue. They say the woman and a teenager were crossing the street when someone in a vehicle headed their direction. Police say the driver did not see the pair and hit the woman in the road. She died at the scene. The teen was not hurt. Investigators deeming this crash an accident, saying the driver pulled over to help and will not face any charges.
San Antonio fire investigators trying to figure out what sparked an apartment fire on the city's north side. It happened just before 10 o'clock last night. Flames seen in the 500 block of Heimer Road near 281 and East Bitters. Everyone inside the 2 apartments able to make it out safely. crews able to rescue a few animals as well. We're told the residents who were impacted now staying with family. No injuries were reported.
News around Texas now. A Houston grand jury has indicted this man for the murder of rapper Takeoff. 33-year-old Patrick Clark was arrested in connection with the December killing of the Georgia native. Takeoff, a member of the rap group Migos, was shot to death outside a private party at a Houston bowling alley. The city's police chief said an argument led to the shooting. Clark's attorney said they expected the indictment, but she also expects the jury to come back with a not guilty verdict. Clark is currently being held on $1 million bond and is on 24/7 house arrest.
As we honor our heroes this weekend, a special promotion ceremony for a Marine has major roots in our local history. Today, a fifth-generation descendant of Sam Houston was promoted to sergeant by a fifth-generation descendant of Davy Crockett. Take a look. It all happened outside of the Alamo today. Their names are Major Jake Crockett and now Sergeant Chase Houston. It is a tradition for Marines to choose the site where they'll be promoted, and for Sergeant Houston, it was an obvious choice. He wanted to honor his family's lineage. The sergeant's mentor reached out to ask who the commanding officer for recruiting was in San Antonio, and much to everyone's surprise, they learned it was Major Crockett.
It's a big deal to me, absolutely an honor and a privilege to be able to do this today.
I was in awe that this whole, everything was taking place.
Originally from Tyler, Texas, Sergeant Houston said he frequently visited San Antonio. He also says he's grateful for being able to be a part of that historical event today. Congrats.
Very cool.
Yeah, congrats to him.
So 2 motorcyclists spending the entire month bringing attention to the sacrifices of American heroes. The 2 Marines come from multi-generational military families, and now they're traveling across the country to raise money and awareness for an organization that helps injured veterans and first responders.
The Night Team's Camelia Juarez tells us about their stop right here in Military City, USA, and how you can help them with their mission.
You know, you never know. You ride around the country, you meet a lot of people, and you touch people's hearts.
Averaging 400 miles a day, 2 Marines, Dan Halpert and Bob Galt, are riding their motorcycles to each of the 4 corners of the country, spreading a message.
Remembering families that were impacted, remember the veterans that were lost, and it goes on generations, right?
Starting and ending in the Florida Keys, their goal is to raise $50,000 for the Tunnel to Towers Foundation, a nonprofit providing mortgage-free homes to Gold Star and first responder families.
I mean, they put their lives on the line every day for us, right? Whether it's the veterans or first responders, and anything we can do to assist that community, it's worthwhile cause.
The trip can be tough, but they believe it's important. The duo made a stop at the Alamo.
Started in Key West. Today we're in San Antonio. Tomorrow we go to El Paso, and we just keep going to the different corners of the United States. And if you scan that QR code, if you are inclined to donate, you're more
urging people to donate and help the organization building custom homes for severely injured veterans and first responders.
Enjoy Memorial Day. Thanks a lot.
Well, we'd ask them to consider, you know, their own families and situations, and look at all the support they've gotten from their community officers, their firefighters, the ambulance folks.
Now, right now, the motorcyclists are in El Paso, and we have a link on our website so you can see where they're going to head to next. We also have a link to donate to their campaign as well. Camelia Juarez, KSAT 12 News.
All right, let's head outside with live cam here tonight. Generally quiet right now in San Antonio. Earlier this evening, though, around the 6 o'clock hour, we had a few isolated downpours that managed to develop in Bexar County and even over into Wilson County as well. Pretty quiet for most of us now, except for a few light showers that have crossed over the Rio Grande, now pushing into southern Dimmitt County, just south of Carrizo Springs and closing in on the Highway 83 corridor. That's pushing farther up to the northeast. I think for the most part, most of us will stay dry overnight. Just an isolated chance for a few more pop-up showers before the sun comes up tomorrow. Here's an early look at your Memorial Day forecast. We've got about a 30 to 40% potential to find a few hit or miss showers and storms. It's not going to be for everybody, so don't cancel your plans, but if you do have any outdoor activities scheduled, maybe have that Plan B indoor option available should you briefly need to move things inside. Again, it's not going to be for everyone here tomorrow. Temperatures climbing into the low 80s, which is below average for this time of year. Now, after tomorrow, we start to dry things out, temperatures warm back up. We'll get you a full look at what we're expecting as well as the latest Futurecast coming up in a few.
Coming up later on the Nightbeat, it is a sign of the times for homeowners in California. Inflation combined with the state's annual fire season causing one major insurance company to make a drastic decision. And right now, pitmasters at all levels are getting ready for their marinades and rubs to turn their briskets into a work of culinary art for tomorrow. Some tips to get that perfect crust and flavor straight from Camp Brisket.
And some are calling him a medical marvel, a paralyzed man walking again thanks to modern science. See how health professionals managed to achieve this feat after the break.
Ukraine's capital subjected to the largest drone attack since the start of Russia's invasion. Local officials say at least one person died and another was injured as a result.
Tom Sifiborich with ABC brings details on how Ukraine's president, Vladimir Zelensky, remains defiant as his country's military prepares to launch a counteroffensive.
Explosions rocking the Ukrainian capital before dawn. Russia launching the biggest lethal drone attack on Kyiv so far in this war. 54 Iranian-made explosive drones raining down on central Ukraine, most of them on Kyiv. President Zelensky saying the capital's air defense shot 36 drones down. That mass Russian attack coming as Kyiv prepared to celebrate the anniversary of its founding around 1500 years ago. Kyiv's mayor says one man was killed and a woman hospitalized when debris fell on a non-residential building and started a fire. Residents in the city described the terrifying attack. There were loud noises. It was very scary, this woman says. I don't even have words. Ukrainian President Zelensky remaining defiant, saying throughout its history, Kyiv has seen various atrocities from invaders. It survived them all. It will survive them all. On Friday, a Russian missile striking a medical clinic in the central Ukrainian city of Dnipro, killing 4 people and injuring more than 30, including children. Meanwhile, Ukraine ramping up preparations for a major counteroffensive, using long-range missiles to strike targets deep behind Russian lines. And Ukraine's military intelligence claiming without evidence Russia is plotting a large-scale provocation at a nuclear plant in the south to disrupt Ukraine's looming counteroffensive. The White House says it is closely monitoring the situation and has seen no indication of a radioactive leak. Ukraine's claim mirrors similar statements without evidence by Russia, alleging that Kyiv is plotting provocations. Tom Sifiborich, ABC News, Kharkiv, Ukraine.
Making health headlines now, a medical marvel thanks to a neurological technology breakthrough. More than a decade after being paralyzed in a motorcycle accident, a Dutch man is now learning to walk again. Gert-Jan Oskam received a brain-spine interface implant, which recreated a direct link between his brain and spine. Now, the device tracks the brain's intentions to move, then transmits them to an external device which stimulates the muscles. Oskam says he can walk just over 300 feet using the device, but says he still has to have some help performing some activities. You can read more about it in the medical journal Nature, detailing how he regained the full use of his arms and legs.
Well, the Food and Drug Administration has granted full approval for Paxlovid. The antiviral medication treats mild to moderate COVID-19 in adults at risk for severe infections and possible rebound infections. The drug was already on the market under an emergency use authorization, but with full approval, doctors now have more leeway in how they use it. Paxlovid is a combination of 2 medications, which are taken together as pills for 5 days. It is the 4th drug and the first pill to be approved to treat COVID-19.
Don't want to rain on your Memorial Day parade, but unfortunately, we might have some showers around tomorrow.
Right, but it's not for everybody, but you do have to be aware.
Yeah, it wouldn't hurt to keep the radar handy, eyes to the sky if you have any outdoor plans, attending any outdoor ceremonies, things of that nature. But they're exactly right. It's not going to be for everybody. Pretty spotty. We're just going to have to monitor where we can find a few showers and storms to develop and then roam across at least portions of south central Texas. So let's take a look. Your KSAT 12-hour forecast for Memorial Day. Temperature-wise, we're going to start off around 67 degrees here in San Antonio by 7 a.m. We've got about a 30% potential through the the first half of the day to just find a few isolated roaming showers. Cloudy skies in the morning, few peaks of sunshine possible as we head into the afternoon hours. Temperatures climbing to about 77 through the lunchtime hour. And then I think as we head into the middle to later portions of the afternoon, that's when we have that 40% potential to find a few widely scattered showers and a couple of rumbles of thunder. Daytime highs topping off in the low to mid 80s, which is a little bit below average for this time of year. Our average high is about 90 degrees. Earlier today, we had a few pop-up fall down isolated showers, a couple of brief lightning strikes and a few downpours. Most of that activity is fizzled out. You can see the birds and the bats once again out in our western counties near Concan and Uvalde, but we have been monitoring a little weakening shower that is still pushing through portions of Dimmitt County south of Carrizo Springs, again approaching the Highway 83 corridor. That's moving up to the northeast, approaching the Big Wells area. We'll monitor how well that can hold together here over the next hour or so. I think for the most part, most of us are going to stay quiet through the overnight hours, but we'll still keep that isolated chance in the forecast. Zooming this out and taking a look at the big picture across the Lone Star State, a few more complexes of rain and thunderstorms closer to the Lubbock area, even some severe storms near Amarillo late this Sunday night. We've got a few showers out there near the Permian Basin, but I want to take you even farther west. You see this little dip here in the jet stream? That's a little disturbance, an area of low pressure that's going to slide eastward here over the next 24 hours, move across the Lone Star State, and that's what could spark up just enough energy in our atmosphere to find that widely scattered shower and storm activity into our Memorial Day. So let's go ahead and time it out. Latest pass here at your Futurecast, depicting what the radar could look like over the next 24 hours. By 3 a.m., the pre-dawn hours of our Monday, just a few very isolated spotty showers possible. More of the same into wake-up time and throughout the first half of the day. And then as we head into the afternoon, maybe see just a little bit more forcing and energy in our atmosphere. That's when we could find a few storms out there as well, where we may need to monitor for some lightning as well as some heavy rain. So the big things that you need to know, it is going to be hit or miss. Not everybody is going to tap into that activity. So because of that, don't cancel your outdoor plans. Keep them, but have that indoor option should you briefly need to move some of those outdoor activities inside and dodge a quick downpour here or there. And yes, those temperatures do look to stay below average into the afternoon, topping off in the low to mid 80s for the majority of our area. Temperatures right now in the 70s here in San Antonio, 74 degrees over at the airport officially, a dew point of 64, so the humidity is noticeable, but it's not overly oppressive out there tonight. Currently 74 in Bulverde as well, 72 in Converse, 77 in Canyon Lake, 75 over in Divine out there in southeastern Medina County. Again, we'll start off in the 60s for most of us first thing tomorrow morning, around 67 here in town, 66 in Kerrville, and 68 over in Pleasanton. And then those daytime highs do look to climb into the low to even a few mid 80s out there, especially for those that don't really tap into the rain and maybe can find a few peaks of sunshine. Just a stray lingering shower possible as we head into our Tuesday. We'll call it a 10 to 20% potential there. Temperatures climbing into the mid 80s. And then as we head into the middle to later portions of next week, we're in the upper 80s, closing in on that 90-degree mark. So we'll keep eyes on that, especially into tomorrow, guys.
I know a lot of folks have outdoor plans, but rain at this time of year, considering last year.
It seems like every year my neighborhood picnic has to deal with the rain, but we always get the party in.
Exactly.
Somehow.
You're not going to stop.
Volunteers show up, and so do the hungry people. Larry's here. He's going to tell us all about what's on Instant Replay right after this. While the Western Conference champion Denver Nuggets are resting up, the Boston Celtics and Miami Heat are still fighting for the Eastern Conference title. Jimmy Butler and the Heat are one loss away from blowing a 3-0 lead. With more on what's on Instant Replay tonight, here's Larry Ramirez. They have some problems in Miami.
They sure do. The NBA Finals were almost set. We were this close, Tim Gerber. The Heat were less than 1 second away from the NBA Finals, and Derek White stunned the crowd in Miami with this game-winning putback coming up tonight on Instant Replay.
I think your dad said this is your first game winner ever. Are there any moments from your career that compare to this?
First game winner ever? I had some, especially when I college or something. I'm going to check my dad on that one.
Check your dad, that's right. Serving as the inbounds passer on the final possession of the game, Derek White zoomed in for the biggest putback of the series, tying this at 3 games all. Teams are 0 for 150 in NBA playoff series when trailing 3 games to none. Is Boston about to change that?
Tista, top of the box, Zuhair. Turning back here to his left, Zuhair puts it in, Rana Zuhair! Welcome to San Antonio!
San Antonio FC closed out the month of May last night with a 2-1 win at home in front of the best fans in the USL Championship. A key victory for the Mentality Monsters after falling to one of the worst teams the week before in Detroit City FC.
Have your dad in the stands and have him give you a shirt like this. What does that mean to you, just to see and get his support around here?
It's awesome, and this shirt was made by Corpus Christi Ray. They thought they were going to beat us. You see us right there.
WWE legend Bill Goldberg would finish off his opponents with the jackhammer. Well, Saturday, his son Gage and the champion Chargers baseball team took out CC Ray in the UIL baseball playoffs in 3 games, advancing to the 5A regional finals. And after the game, dad and son shared a cool moment on the field. How about that? Plus, New Braunfels Canyon softball is back in the state tournament. We go one-on-one with Missions pitcher Alec Jacob. And are you concerned that Victor Wembanyama is playing in the French basketball playoffs? That's our instant replay poll question tonight. That and much more coming up at 11.
Derek White, fact-checking dad. That's like fact-checking your mom when she says she loves you. Thanks.
Well, you don't argue with mom, though.
No,
I mean, come on.
You trust her. All right, still to come on the Nightbeat. If you're smoking a brisket tomorrow for Memorial Day, you're not the only one. How to get rave reviews thanks to some tips from a bona fide barbecue expert.
And the Pope is back in action after feeling unwell this past week. He has several health issues that he's had lately. What kept him out of the mix this time?
And it's an important option for families who lose loved ones who are veterans, burial benefits. But only a small percentage of military families use them. What the government is doing to make those benefits more available.
Pope Francis has returned to work after taking a day off due to fever. That's according to the daily appointment schedule sent by the Vatican. The Pope canceled all of his meetings on Friday morning because of his illness. The 86-year-old pontiff has had a recent history of medical issues, including spending a couple of days in the hospital in March for bronchitis.
All right, check out this mysterious green liquid that showed up in Italy's Grand Canal in Venice. Local authorities say the patch of phosphorescent green water appeared this morning. The police are now involved in trying to figure out how it got there. It kind of looks like when they dyed the river in Chicago. Now, the surveillance videos are something that they're looking at because this is happening just a week after environmental activists poured charcoal in Rome's landmark Trevi Fountain. But those activists say they are not responsible for the green water in Venice. It will remain a mystery. All right, if you know our morning anchor, Mark Austin, you know he loves spending his weekend smoking brisket. He actually bought his first smoker, we're told, back in 2019, and he's been obsessed ever since.
Yes, he really likes brisket. He gives us a look at what it takes to smoke brisket just in time for the holiday weekend and summer barbecues.
It's rare to find an artist carrying a shovel, but people travel from other states and countries just to see 88-year-old Texas pitmaster Tootsie Tominette's work her magic.
TLC, tender love and care. You have to take care of it, you have to watch it, you have to pay attention what you're doing.
Tootsie's been right here since 2003, and in 2008, this place was named the best barbecue in Texas.
We are here at Snow's Barbecue in Lexington, Texas, right between Austin and College Station. And for a lot of folks, this is the center of the barbecue universe. It inspires a lot of us to want to learn even more about how to make that perfect brisket. So our next stop, Camp Brisket in College Station.
This year, Texas A&M's Camp Brisket drew people from 22 states and 3 foreign countries, and Tootsie's rock star status was on full display.
She said I had to get a picture with Tootsie. That was the rule.
This class is a tough ticket to get. Some have waited years to be here.
It's incredible. I mean, you're in a room full of meat nerds, right? Like, what could go wrong?
Jess Pryles hosts Barbecue Quest on Hulu.
It's a really interesting dynamic because all of our speakers are either professors or professional pitmasters. And I'm sort of in this weird hybrid world of I've seen the professional side of things, but I'm also just a home cook.
You know, first thing you do is...
So much of the information that they get at camp is about restaurant cooking, and that actually takes a little bit of finessing to learn how to do that for home.
Camp Brisket students take a crash course in meat sciences, learning cattle anatomy, meat trimming, beef grading, knife and wood selection, pit design, panel discussions, more panel discussions, and lots of questions.
The most common questions we get usually are what's the temperature, what's the temperature of the smoker, what's the temperature of the end product of the temperature, should I wrap or not wrap?
We'll get to that.
It's the first lunch break, and what do we get to do? Sample brisket. We are about to grade it on things like flavor, tenderness, juiciness, and overall like. Don't think that's going to be a problem.
It turns out making good barbecue is a 3-act play. Repetition is key.
You know, the first act is getting the right product, getting it trimmed, getting the right seasoning on it, getting the fire built and such. Act 2 is everything that you need to cook and go through all of that. And then Act 3 is the culmination where you remove it from the fire, let it rest, hold it, and let it just kind of get in good shape for the serving.
Smoking low and slow may be the rule, but as this class preaches, resting the finished product is now gospel.
Probably the best thing to do is if you want brisket for supper, have it ready to go for lunch. And properly hold it and such, but in that time, it's almost like the juices all get reabsorbed. Everything becomes softer.
Dr. Saville also imparts this wisdom: experiment with your technique, but not too much.
Don't change 5 things at one time. You'll never know what worked or didn't work.
Another thing we took away from Camp Brisket is that Texas barbecue has, like most things, evolved.
So we're seeing a lot of fusion with things like Tex-Mex barbecue, even we're seeing a lot of Asian barbecue as well, Korean barbecue, and it's going to be representing the multiple faces of Texas.
Boo Aker runs Aker Barbecue with her husband up in Fredericksburg.
I use a Korean ingredients, make a rib with smoke, and then I make sauce for it. So that's actually really popular. It's we call it gochujang ribs. It's a pepper paste base sauce. It's a little spicy and sweet, and people love it. And we also have house-made kimchi and some of the Korean sides.
Fresh off her appearance at Camp Brisket, Miss Tootsie is back at Snow's, where she talks about old-school barbecue in a way that can't necessarily be taught.
So it's just a lot of tender love and care put into it.
Half a pound of brisket, please.
And the thoughtfulness of what people will think when they are eating it. You want a good product, you want a pretty product. I fall back to my TLC.
And now we're all hungry.
I know.
Fantastic.
So good.
My tummy's growling.
A lot of people will be making brisket tomorrow, so Mia, what can we expect?
Yep, in terms of your grilling forecast, not everybody's gonna find any big issues out there. A few of us probably wanting to be under some kind of cover for a little bit, as we could find a few showers and storms out there. Pretty spotty though in nature. A look at the almanac data for today. 71 was the low, pretty seasonable for this time of year, but we only had a high of 85 degrees. The average is 90, so we were 5 degrees below the average. And really, I think that's going to be the trend into tomorrow as well. It was 85 in Pleasanton, 84 in Cotulla, 81 up in Kerrville, and 85 over in Gonzales. Again, tomorrow and even into Tuesday, slightly below average temperatures, but as we start to see this weather pattern dry out just a little bit more and more sunshine return, upper 80s and even low 90s possible into next weekend. Another full look at that forecast is coming up in just a few.
All right, thank you, Mia. Well, the Department of Veterans Affairs wants families to know about burial benefits that often go unused, how the agency is trying to change that.